Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. It's Tuesday, Personal Growth. Today I want to talk about forced positivity. Do any of you feel like you have to be positive all the time? Let's get started and talk about this. I feel like this is a timely topic. I know we've spoken about this before, where it just feels like nowadays, with all these motivational quotes and videos out there, which are awesome. Hey, it's great to be productive. It's great to attain your goals. All of this stuff is wonderful. But I know that myself, I feel pressure to be positive and happy all the time. I'm generally overall a happy person. But I think many times, because of people talking about manifesting, for example, that if things are not going right in your life, people might think to themselves, you know what? I guess I'm just too negative. Because I haven't been positive enough, I haven't manifested all these wonderful things in my life. Let's just be totally honest, guys. Life is contrast. We cannot be happy all the time. And I want to tell you guys something that I remember a few years ago that happened to me. I remember I was at some kind of social gathering. And generally, I'm usually in a really happy mood. You guys can tell that on my channel. And that is my authentic personality. You're seeing me like I really am. Well, I don't remember if I was down in the dumps or I just wasn't doing well. I think somebody had asked me how I was doing. And I said, well, to be honest, I'm a little bit down in the dumps. And you always say, oh, I'm fine. And the person said, well, don't be, and walked off. Well, I really felt horrible after that. You kind of feel like you always have to have a mask on to be positive and everything's wonderful and oh, I'm so grateful. Let's just be totally straightforward. Sometimes life is tough. Life has emotional hurts, grief, anger, resentments. That is part of life. And we have to go through those things to grow. I know my own self, and I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I told you I'm going to start getting more and more real with things. Because I'm a caregiver, I'm a mother to everyone. You're not my, friend where you live next to me. You would know. I feel kind of responsible for other people's happiness. I want to make other people happy. I want to take care of other people. I want to mother other people. I am always concerned about everyone else's well-being, and it can sometimes get exhausting. Well, if I feel like I'm not doing real well, I don't really want to bring other people down. I feel like I always want to encourage and lift them up. And sometimes it can get a little bit emotionally exhausting. Sometimes I feel scared or worried about things, but I don't really like talking about those things because sometimes I shove them under the rug. And part of me shoves them under the rug because I want to be positive and grateful. But the other part of me shoves them under the rug because I don't like rehashing things and talking about negative things. But maybe sometimes it's okay if we talk about things that we're not happy about in our life instead of always acting positive and grateful, because maybe that's the only way we can deal with things. I know that I don't always deal with things, and I know sometimes I shove things under the rug. I told you guys this before. I'm extremely non-confrontational, so I avoid any kind of conflict because I don't like problems. I don't like drama. And like I said, 90% of the time, 95% of the time, I really am in a good mood. But it's the other 5% of the time that I shove under the rug and I don't like to deal with it. I don't know if any of you guys feel this way, but I do feel pressure, partly because of society and all this positivity and having to be grateful all the time. Partly because of that, but partly because of my personality. People have an expectation for me to be happy and goofy. The other night, I went out with some friends, and I actually had a really nice time. But you know what? I've been working on my listening skills and wanting to sit back, listen. Well, I was kind of just in a mellow mood, and I was a little bit sleepy, and everybody was concerned because I wasn't my usual goofy, talkative self. Whenever I am quiet and I sit back and I'm actually listening and not talking, which is extremely rare, by the way, you would think people would say, woo, I can get a word in. But a lot of times people are concerned because I'm not, quote, happy. What's wrong with Dawn? And I can understand that, but I do want to take more time to be a better listener and to be quiet at times. So sometimes I feel pressure just to be me, which is kind of exhausting at times. So I want to know if any of you feel like, let's just be blunt, your life stinks sometimes. And sometimes there's things in your life right now you're mad about. You're irritated, you're agitated, you're bitter, you're resentful. You've got all sorts of emotions going on. There's emotions you haven't dealt with. And you're tired of putting on that smiley face saying, oh, everything's wonderful, and you're glad, oh, I'm glad that everything's going great in your life. How are you doing? It's wonderful to be positive. It's wonderful to be grateful, and I believe in being that way. But sometimes I feel like we got to deal with the stuff that's going on in our life instead of shoving it under the rug and acting happy all the time and positive all the time. Let me know what you guys think. I know I've never brought this up before, but I felt like it was a good topic. I always love your opinions, and thank you for your candor. This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.